Ooh, man, oh man, oh man. As of present, you getting nothing but Drayton, 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 and more Drayton. And this is officially off the rim.
Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it. Cause I'm tryna ball out. Come on if you bout it. But you better keep up. I'm not slowing down. I swear they gon' see us. Ain't no way around it.
Yeah. You are now tuned in to OTR. But I mean, I think this new college format, I think everybody's gonna like it a little bit more. So I'm gonna cover quick little college stories of the week. Nothing major. We have the first and foremost. This story to me is amazing, absolute amazing story. The walk on ended up being the most impactful player in the Ocho, the Great Eight, and that person is Braylon Burlinson from the University of Xavier. I mean, when you're talking about somebody having a true impact on the court, offense, defense, he generated it all. 9 points, eight steals, 3 assists, 3 blocks. I mean, how does he not shoot up draft boards? Like, we're talking about a player like the only thing he could have done better is probably score more, but that's not really his game. I mean, how many teams need an elite defender? A lot. How many teams need somebody that's going to be willing to take whatever rotational minutes to learn the system? A lot. I'm not saying, oh, instant lottery pick, but I think he ekes into the late first round, early second. I definitely think the talent is there. He faced a strong Illinois team. Let's not act like just because they were seeded number 9 that was a weak team. Nah, that was a strong team, and Xavier shown the ability to play elite defense through and through. But on the other side of the Great Eight, we got LeGerald Carroll definitely rising his stock in a major way. But I want to address something that I keep on hearing the murmurings that people think that Alabama is gonna beat UCLA in the snow. Let me just tell you, it's not gonna happen. Alabama has shown time and time again that their defense is elite. They probably have two of the best defenders in the entire nation, or at least as far as college basketball goes. They probably have two of the best defenders, but we've seen that when they get overloaded with certain amount of talent, that they kind of start waning, and they fought. We've seen how they played against Kentucky. We've seen how they've played against Auburn. We've seen these stories 1,000 times with how this Alabama team functions. If you ask me, without a doubt, maybe it's snow on the bluff. Maybe the snowman comes out, pops out, and shows something. That's a Kendrick reference for people who didn't get it. Maybe I went over y'all heads. Maybe I went under y'all heads, but neither here nor there. More interesting stories, just to keep it a little lighthearted. Two prep coaches have officially moved up in the ranks. I guess I'm not alone anymore. First thing you got to do is kick the door down. Next thing you got to do is make sure that all your peoples get through. Special shout out to Coach Dre Pope. Special shout out to Coach Skinny Washington. I do think they both are going to be bona fide difference changers for their programs. Now, is it necessarily the same situation as me in Syracuse? No, and I don't think it's something that should be compared, more or less because of how the situations are. South Carolina was in hoopsteria. I think even though they have a tough SEC slate, some of those SEC teams are definitely going to take a hit to their roster. Kentucky hasn't been hitting the recruiting trails as hard as they should have, especially losing somebody like Jamison Johnson and Glory Tate. Now, I think Skinny definitely, out of us three, has the greatest chance to make a deep hoopsteria run because, as far as it goes, the main components to that roster come back. He gets Carter Fields back. He gets J.C. Graham back. I think he adds. He's a good recruiter. I think he adds some good pieces. Culture guy that this year I don't want to say this year. No, I'm gonna say it. This year, they probably win more than 16 games. Duke, in my opinion, is definitely gonna start waning, even with adding Ivanov in Pablo or Paulo Guzman. Even with adding them, I don't necessarily think that Duke team magically stays at the level of contention because Cooper Flag and the way that he plays is so heavily involved in how Duke does everything, especially because John Shire led teams are always superstar studded and they play through their stars. That's just how he coaches. I mean, nobody can really argue that. Look at the Duke teams in the past and how many of those teams have won the national championship. My point exactly. And no shots at UKPJ. I just don't really. I don't see North Carolina as a threat, even with getting Marco, because the problems that you're having this year don't necessarily get ailed. The front court is good, and they're not offensively good. I think they're solid. I think they're great defenders. Even with Marco, I think it kind of is the same backcourt problem that you have with Bam Wallace and them that KPJ play makes, but not an elite scorer. They have an elite scorer who has to take loads of shots. Wing backup wings don't really help. It's kind of the same team in a different font. I mean, and to bring it on home, I think truthfully, and this is just truthfully, I do think that there's gonna be a lot of changes in the top teams as far as conferences go. I do think Alabama is one of those teams that no matter what is going to remain the top team. Kai Killings is over there. I think he's a dog. Almighty Soul's over there. I think he's a dog. I mean, but as far as conference outlook goes, and maybe this is way too early, especially with Hoop Stereo still like actively being a thing. Um, I'll keep it light and try and do two conference winners. Well, the two teams I think will play in the conference championship next year. I'll probably say out of the ACC, Louisville probably doesn't have too many roster losses. I think they really keep that core group of guys. There's not a whole bunch of draft buzz like just shocking the nation on that team. So I would say Louisville and probably like North Carolina or Georgia Tech. I don't see Duke uh having anywhere near the level of success that they had this season. Uh, in the American Conference, give me Davidson and SMU. Cam Jones, that whole freshman group comes back. Enough said. I think SMU wins the conference handedly. Oh, I love the controversy in this one. I think nobody thinks I'm gonna in the Big 12. I want to shock everybody. Give me Texas Tech and Kansas. I think those two teams eke it out. Texas Tech added loads of talent. They were already uber competitive with how it currently was. I mean, they're one game under 500. I think with the guys that they're adding and the minimal guys that they lose, definitely rewrite it. Texas has an identity crisis. They don't know who they want to go to, who they don't want to go to. In the Big East, give me Villanova, give me UConn. Again, I'm never gonna doubt Dan Hurley. It's not gonna happen. I don't even have to explain it. Regardless of what the roster makeup looks like, I think he's a great recruiter. He's always gonna get talent, even if they're not the biggest names. He develops his guys well. That's just how he coaches. I mean, Villanova. I mean, they lose like nobody, and then they add Losi Thomas. Enough said. The next conference is the Big Ten. For the Big Ten, give me the Fighting Illini. They really only have one senior again. Not a whole bunch of draft buzz around this team. I don't necessarily think that magically they just fall apart. And give me Purdue. I'll say Illinois and Purdue. I think it's pretty much like the same way that it's written. It is those are just the two best teams right now in the Big Ten. And unless somebody magically starts bringing in dogs and rewrites everything, that's just how it's gonna be. In the Mountain West, give me UNLV and Gonzaga. I don't really have to explain that one. I just think those are the two most talented teams, even with Caden Ship leaving. In the big, in the Pac, I don't know why I was about to call it the Big 12. In the Pac-12, give me USC and Arizona. I think UCLA will almost never be able to recover from the amount of talent that they're about to lose. I mean, Jalen Snow, LeGerald Carroll, maybe JJ Ortega, he leaves, maybe. I don't think Blaine Kidd and Koya Monroe are really enough to sustain the level of talent that was already had on the team, even with Evangelos Mullins coming back. But Arizona maintains a lot of their dogs. Corey Yams comes back, and a guy like him, as long as he's on the team, they have hope. It's just that simple. I mean, we've seen how great and impactful he was in Hoopsteria. And USC, basically, again, they're another team that returns like everybody. And here's where I believe I strike controversy in the SEC. Ooh, I like this one. Give me Missouri and Alabama. Japhet Towns, while he's often fall flat on his face, I think with some of the guys that they're bringing in, and then if they bring in a little bit more help, that team becomes elite, especially with the pieces that they already have. And then Alabama, regardless of how many people that they're losing, DJ Child comes back. You get Kai Killings, you get Almighty Soul. I mean, they probably have one of the strongest rosters next year. But that's my outlook. Y'all let me know down below if everything I said was real or it was fake. And as always, SimWorld, the only place where you can see the game, be the game. We out.